Man, what's good, y'all? We here with the Keep It Pushing podcast. It's your boy Tony,
What up, bro? It's Braxton.
and we coming at y'all with the latest and the greatest in the sports world.
Since when you want to start doing the intro?
I don't know. I said I'd give it a shot today. You know what I'm
You
saying?
bombed.
I bombed?
Yeah, you bombed. Go ahead and comment if he bombed in the.
Like bombed like you bombed a test and you fucked it up, or like bombed like damn. Okay. Damn.
You got to come in like Berleezy.
That's it.
You gotta
It's your
come.
host
You gotta go
with
like.
the roast,
Mm,
Burley. Man, I'm gonna have to go watch some Berleezy to fall asleep tonight. Not gonna lie. Shoot, I remember you. You the one who put me on to Berleezy for real.
I don't know how. That was in middle school. We both knew about him.
Nah, you no, you the first person I knew. Like you the first person I met that knew what RDC World was and Berleezy. And when I had watched that him roasting Dora, I was like, oh yeah, he on the song. He on the song.
By the way, before we get going, let me put y'all on Blackberry Crown with some squirt. I
Pause.
know that sounds crazy, but that shit hit. Go ahead, get you some.
This is
And
sponsored by Tiana Trump.
uh, whatever. If you like it, go ahead, drop. I guarantee you're gonna like it. So go ahead, drop that subscribe, give us a like, and share it to as many people as possible. But without further ado, we're gonna hop right in. What the hell is Stephen A. Smith on, bro?
Yikes.
This man talking about this man going on like LeBron said, or Taylor Swift world tour ever since LeBron stepped to him. And then he got the nerve to get on air on his podcast talking about if LeBron had laid a hand on me, I would have swung. Nigga, you would have woke up at a Pop Smoke concert.
I know you saw them weak ass combos. He was
Yeah, it's
throwing in
like,
that
bro, like what the heck is
Them bitch
that?
wasn't making no noise. That shit was like,
Bro, those are the slowest hooks, uppercut. Like, no, bro, you is not gonna do anything, bro.
talking about if LeBron had. Look, I ain't no LeBron glazer, but
Yeah.
LeBron, if when it comes to LeBron and Stephen A. Smith, it's like that one
First of
video where dude said I was in juvie and I saw a dude walk into another dude's cell and throw the knife and say fight for your butt.
all, let me look up how tall Stephen A. Smith is. He's 6'1"? Stephen A.
Bro,
is the height as me.
you
He's
can
still
tell.
getting beat up
Okay, so
though.
Stephen A. It's not like he like
That hairline set him back a couple inches though.
that hairline be making him look
That
like
nigga
what's
salute.
the
Yes, sir.
right like
Come
on
on.
that motherfucking movie with Mike Epps.
Yes, you'll
You'll
never
never
find.
find boom 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 boom
But
another
nah.
hairline like
But
mine.
LeBron is not, bro. I guarantee you, if LeBron gets into a fight with Stephen A. Smith, like Stephen A. ain't gonna do nothing. First of all, Stephen A. is washed. To put it nicely.
Also, you can't sit here and say you about to smack the dude who
Yeah,
you've been glazing for the last like 20 years, bro.
yeah. And then he got on air and lied about the fact that he said you was not at Kobe's funeral or memorial and stuff. And it's like then he came back later on and was like, my apologies. Nah, the damage was already done. You just wanted to make up some or come up with some shit to make him sound bad.
See,
But
Stephen A is like
he's just as kind of as just. No, I'm not gonna say he's as bad as Skip Bayless, but he's pretty much.
Skip made him look better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh no, that was with what's his name?
You're thinking about with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, but yeah,
Nah,
nah.
bro. Like what the heck? And then
He messed up when he messed up when he said something about. I feel like LeBron, with the amount of like badgering that he already gets from like haters and stuff, he probably would have kept his mouth closed. But when he brought Bronny into the mix and
but
then
he was
said, "LeBron, please stop this," and then sat there and lied on air,
and he was being disrespectful.
and he was
Like
being
you have to understand he
disrespectful.
was being disrespectful about Bronny. So it's like obviously as a father, he's gonna step to you and say something about it. You ain't gonna just get away with like
It'd be no different
bashing.
if like it was Ken Griffey and you sitting there talking about Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
because he had. I mean, Rafael
Well,
Devers right now is 0 for 8,
I think
7 games. So
anybody,
it's like
I think anybody's father, if they was like in the
yes,
position of LeBron, they're gonna do the same
anybody.
thing.
Yeah,
So it's like, bro, no.
you can't.
And
Nah,
and
bro.
meanwhile, while ESPN is taking the time to make this a headline and stuff, or Stephen A. Smith, because whatever Stephen A. Smith wants to do, they're gonna pretty
They're gonna
much
let him do it.
go do it. they missed out on all sorts of other things. The Rockets going 10 for 11 of their last game. Yeah, they're winning 10 out of their 11 last games. All sorts of other stuff. People with stuff with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's plenty of other stuff, NBA content that you could be talking about, but you choose to go this route and like for no reason.
Yeah, especially with like, because when you think about it, how many games these dudes got left?
They got like 9 games. Yeah, like 9 games
And that
left. There's
that's what I'm
like ten
saying. Like y'all
games
should
left.
be talking about MVPs and like
Yeah,
playoff seeding, like
teams making last minute, like
like
last final pushes
what's it
towards
called? The
playoffs.
play. That's not the play in, right? What's that called when they have like the
You talking about the sixth, or the 7th through 10th seed? Yeah, that's the
yeah,
play in.
that's the play in. Yeah, y'all should
Yeah,
be talking about the play in, but y'all so
yeah.
focused on beef. Like when it comes to sports, like yeah, all that's cool, but don't spend so much time worrying about what LeBron and Stephen A. Smith got going, bro.
I mean,
Who
I will say the one comment that they could cover was like LeBron. It doesn't have to be a huge major thing though. LeBron said he could play in any era. I 100% agree with anything what he said. He's just so physical and dominant. He could play in any era, but the like that's not really what Stephen A. Smith, he covered that, but he started trying to get personal with things and stuff. And it's like, bro, just, at this point, you embarrassing yourself. I remember looking at a poll. It was like, I remember somebody had some big sports news thing had posted something saying about whose side are you on. It was like 94% said LeBron and only 6 said Stephen A. So it's like, yeah, like Stephen A. At this point, with all due respect, shut the fuck up. Like,
how many LeBron remixes are there right now? Like 50 of them? I don't
son,
know. There's
you
a
ain't gonna
lot.
see no Stephen A. Smith remix. What is he
Now, what
going?
I have seen of Stephen A. Smith is an AI made photo of him and his drawers eating a bowl of cereal.
Now that's funny,
That
bro.
shit was on that shit was on Antonio Brown's
But honestly,
Twitter.
I feel like I don't know. This might be a hot take, but I feel like if you're gonna try to go 100% in on some of the players the way Stephen A. Smith has done, you gotta at least have some athletic bone in your body. I've seen clips of Stephen A. Smith trying to shoot. Granted, I understand this man might be in a suit at times, but I've seen times where he wasn't in a suit. That form looked atrocious,
I bet
bro.
LeBron would be
That
able
should
to
look
shoot a free throw
nasty.
in the suit.
I'm pretty sure Special Olympics kids have the same form as Stephen A. Smith in the videos I've seen. With all due respect, bro, I don't care. I don't care what nobody says, bro.
Dang. And
I
they be
mean,
hooping, especially the wheelchair people.
all right, next subject.
Shoot, man.
I ain't got nothing to say about that.
I've been
No,
kind of happy that baseball's back. Like,
baseball back, yeah.
baseball's back. Surprisingly, Sox won. You know, it's so bittersweet because Tim Anderson was back in Chicago on opening day.
He was playing for the Angels.
He plays for the Angels.
Oh, I didn't even know he got signed.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm surprised because he played like dog shit in Miami, but he was back in Chicago. I think he didn't get a single hit. I don't even know if he got on base.
Did he even start for them?
He starts.
Okay, he got his
Um,
cheeks clapped. Or
yeah,
they Angels got their cheeks clapped.
they
Eight to
did.
one. That's
You got
insane.
clapped. You got clapped by 7 runs by the losingest team in baseball history. And granted, they made
Losingest.
some losingest. Yeah, I've heard somebody say that.
Terrible grammar though.
Shit, it's America. There's so many different dialects. I don't even think you can have bad grammar anymore.
Yes, you can, bro.
All right, okay, yeah, but
Don't sit there and say that.
you know what I mean. There's a lot of
Mm-mm.
different ways you can say words. What else? Thought it was pretty cool that the Dodgers, as of today, which is really impressive, they have their bullpen has 24 strikeouts and only 4 walks in 3 games.
Well, and the fourth game is going on right now
And the
too.
fourth
So,
game's going, yeah, and the fourth game's going
so
on right
it's
now.
obviously that was through 3 games. They probably got more. Well, I know they got more. We literally watched a couple of it right before
But we're
we got
seeing the
on.
effect of like all that signing they did. Didn't they get Blake Trinan and Tanner Scott?
Well, Blake Trinan was already with them.
He
They
was
just
already there.
re-signed him. They got
Okay.
Tanner Scott. They got Kirby Yates.
And it's
So
like they could afford to lose Jack Flaherty because it was like, all right, well, Glasnow's coming back.
they
Yoshinobu
they
Yamamoto's
signed
there.
they signed Blake Snell. They got Rossi
Yup,
Sasaki.
Rossi says
So it's
like
like they didn't have to pay Jake. I mean Jake. Jack Flaherty. So
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. As of right now, I do have them repeating. Um,
well, everybody should have them repeating. Like
yeah.
when you that's literally pay to win. That's the if you want to look up the definition of pay to win, look up you're gonna see a big ass Dodgers logo with a team photo.
It's like they just bought hella MLB The Show packs.
Mm. MLB the show packs suck though, so that's
All
not
right, we'll
really
do chase packs.
Chase packs also suck.
All right, what's a good pack
There's
then?
no good packs and no MLB the show be screwing people over, bro. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
because
it.
I'm tired of hitting perfect line drives right into the freaking
But you talking
shortstop or the
about game
second
mechanics?
baseman.
I'm talking about packs. Packs suck. Gameplay is a whole nother story. We could talk about another time.
You know, someone did the math on um the goat mode sliders. Did you see that?
No, I never saw the math, but I know how ridiculous that shit is, though.
So the goat mode, if you turn it all the way, if you go on goat mode and you turn the sliders up,
Mm.
you'll be hitting at actual MLB pitches per se. You'll have point 0.4, is it point 0.4 seconds? You'll have point
Point
0.4
four is like
seconds.
95 or 93 mile per hour fastball.
Yeah, you'll be looking at
I
you'll be
I
looking at
thought
real
I thought
93
I
mile per
saw
hour
videos.
fastballs.
I thought I saw a video saying it was where I've seen people in the comments saying it's actually faster than a 98 because I've seen a 98 like through a not live, but I've seen it through a machine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I know that definitely seems a lot faster than what 98 actually.
What does it
Not
look
saying
like?
98 is slow. Well, with 98 is fast. It's
It's
fast as
fast as
fuck.
fuck. Have you
Like
been able to at least like hit one?
yeah, but you struggle. Like you kind of struggle with it. Like the way I've also done it too is like where you may not have the machine set to 98, but you
Mm.
have it like set at a speed, and then you have the machine closer, so it's actually like simulating
Okay.
it being that same game speed. And it's like I can hit off of it. It may take me like a round or two to finally start piecing the ball a lot, like more consistently. But I will say once you get to like 95, that's when you kind of start to not see the seams as much,
Okay.
or 96, and then I know I've heard players talk about like 100. This is like you just see a white object coming towards you, and it's like you actually have to lock in 100%, otherwise you're not gonna hit the ball.
Dang. Well, I can imagine like 100 miles per hour blowing. Well, think about when you're on the street and like, granted, it's a car, but if you see a car going past you and you're sitting still, like at 100 miles per hour, and that thing's like starting at
I
the
feel
point
like
of like
I feel like it looks different
70
though,
feet. Well, yeah, because
because
it's a
it's
big
like
ass
it's
car.
a bigger object, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know, like from the standpoint for me playing baseball, I've looked at things. It's always like if I'm in the passenger seat, I'll just look at an object outside, and I'll just look at it as we pass by and we going 40. I'm like, damn, this feels slow as fuck. But then when you out there on the like, if you were outside of the car and you step in front of that car, you gonna get fucked up.
Right, you're
Like
gonna
then,
get fucked up, bro.
yeah. So it's like it's kind of cool in the sense of like that,
Yeah.
but back like opening day though, we got to see the return of Sandy Alcantara.
How did he do that game?
He had 7 Ks.
Okay.
I think he went 4 and 2/3, so
Okay.
not bad.
It's
I
good for
think
a comeback.
good comeback. It's first start, so
Skeens
you
look
got
good.
Skeens look good. I think he went 5. He went 5 and 2/3, or he just went like. I know he for sure went 5 innings. He also had 7 Ks.
Mm.
We got to see
Mackenzie fucking Gore.
Mackenzie Gore.
He
I
had
don't know.
12 Ks against the Phillies.
I mean, I'm not surprised. The Phillies are kind of like a outside of Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, and yeah, outside of Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, maybe Alec Bohm, Kyle Schwarber. There's not anybody else, and Kyle Schwarber is more so of a strikeout. He strikes out a lot, and he's also like obviously lefty on lefty, so that doesn't favor him as much either.
That's
So,
valid. You're just
so
gonna do Nick Castellanos like that?
Nick Castellanos, nobody's really worried about him unless it's like
They're worried about him on
9/11,
9/11.
yeah, or it's like
Yeah.
some tragedy happens. Like so, it's like
Right. American tragedy or 9/11, bro. You just know Nick Castellanos is
or
taking the
some
yard.
or any major like global catastrophe. That man's gonna put all your money, your whole bank account on that man hitting a home run because
Remember
it's
that one year I did that shit last year, bro? I was like, Nick Castellanos is going yard today. Only
Yeah,
because
because
it
I
was
can't
9/11.
or that and there was something or there was some other situation where something major happened and this man hit a home run the very later that day and it's
I
like
I what happened that
I can't remember. It's too far back, but we got to see a lot of new players and they new threads.
Matt McClain's back on the Reds?
Matt McClain. Oh yeah, after he was out for last year because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Who else is there? Juan Soto. I think was it tonight or was it
He
yesterday?
went
He hit a
yard
home run.
today.
Yeah, just hit a home run. So showing out in the new threads.
When do you think Otani will? When do you think Otani will make his start?
I'm not sure. They probably aren't gonna rush him back anytime soon.
If I were them, I'd
I
wait
say
until after All Star break.
no. They're not gonna wait.
Yeah.
They're not gonna wait. No. If he's, I feel like the latest we'll probably see him. Also, I haven't looked up anything, but we'll probably see him around May.
Okay, that's what I thought you were
Maybe,
gonna say.
maybe at the beginning of June. But I don't think they're gonna go that far back. This man was pitching, doing bullpens during spring training. So
That's true. I mean, if you just want to save him, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but they're not gonna save a talented arm like that because he's
That's
a
true.
major piece of that
And
starting
that
five.
lights up. Yeah, that lights up the load on the rotation. That's bad. When is Glass now? Is
I
he
don't know
ready to
when Glass.
go?
I don't know when Glasnow comes back.
Because he was Tommy John, right?
I don't know what he had. I just know he was hurt. So we'll see when he comes back. Shoot. What are some other teams? My Cardinals got the opening day dub against the Twins,
Yeah, what was that score? Three,
5-3.
5-3.
Nolan Arenado, after our manager tried to trade him, we
Goes yard.
kept goes yard. Lars Nootbaar went crazy, a double, and then a home run. So I'm real happy. Hopefully we can actually keep that up. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Fucking Cubs won against the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks, they sold my parlay, bruh.
But I feel like they
And
might be
it's
like
the two players I'm gonna say right now: Geraldo Perdomo and Jake McCarthy. Not Jake McCarthy. Yeah, no, it is Jake McCarthy or something like that. Man, they fucking suck,
you
bro.
talk about the defense.
Yes, bro. It was literally the fourth inning. This man, it was man on first and second. This man gets the ball. Perdomo takes his sweet ass time. He doesn't charge the ball. He just waits for the ball to come to him and tries to flip it to second. Dude's safe. Next thing you know, that makes bases loaded. Then a fly ball or a line drive is hit the center field. McCarthy has the ball go literally in his pocket of his like the web, then the pocket, and then goes out of his glove. And it's like, bro, what the fuck is this?
He
So
didn't try to
then
grab it.
I don't know, bro. He was running and he kind of like fell. It was I don't know if it's like a mix of a dive and whatever,
Okay.
but honestly, at the same time, you gotta catch that. It's right there. It's different if
Yeah.
it hits off the tip of your glove, but it's like it was in your glove and you just didn't squeeze it. There's no excuse for that. That led to them getting like 4 runs that inning. And I remember I looked at a stat while in the game. The Cubs scored 7 runs while having 2 outs in that game.
Yeah, they did.
That's inexcusable for the Diamondbacks, bro. That's terrible.
That's just bad. That's bad defense right there. Like your pitcher can only do so much, you know. It's not like you can expect them to go out there and just K up every last person. So when those balls come into play and you get the chance to play defense, you got to play that defense good.
Yeah, and then I had some dude. I had left a comment on the Diamondbacks page. I was like, bro, I let him know. I was like, hey, bro, these two people sold. This dude got the nerve to come into my like respond to me like, bro, it's a team loss. Nigga, no, it's not a
Nah,
team
it's not
loss.
no damn
When the
team
dude
loss.
drops the fucking ball right to him, I'm sorry. There's no excuse. I'm calling his ass out just like everybody should. There is no excuse for that. You a professional.
And I know people make mistakes, but bro, that's like, and I get it. It's not a World
I know
Series. It's
it's
opening
it's
day.
game one. It's game one, but still, like,
But it's like
come
that's
on.
like the dumbest. If that's how you're going to start off your defense, well, if you look at it from this perspective, that's rock bottom. That's like you can't get any worse than that. Don't let any more fucking balls hit you right in the web of your glove and drop it, or else there's going to be some fucking issues. Not gonna lie, because you can't have defense like that.
No, you can't. Like it
Uh,
pissed me off. Like I'm not a Diamondbacks fan. Obviously, I had a bet on the line, so the nigga messing with my money, bro.
yeah,
I got a problem with
that should
that.
be the worst.
You gotta see me, bro.
The
I'm in Illinois. I'll fly me out, bro.
Wait, who are you
Because
talking about? Jake McCarthy, right?
yeah, I'm playing. It's all fun and games, but nah, but I'm dead ass. You playing with my money, bro? I don't like
Nah,
that
it's
shit.
all fun and games, but dead ass.
No, you messing with my money. I don't like that shit. And it was a free bet too. No, I
See,
can't
that's why
do
you
that.
might as well just go homers, dog.
No, I'm not doing that, bro. People don't. They don't. Home runs are too unpredictable, bro. We literally talked about Devers getting a home run today, and like you said,
I didn't bet him though.
yeah, I didn't bet him either. The nigga's 0 for 8 through 2 games this season with
Seven
7
fucking
strikeouts.
Ks, bro.
Yeah,
How did he get struck out 7 times?
him and Javier Baez. Well, no, Javier Baez and switch with his bodies with him. He's still garbage, but
Yeah,
this
no.
man was training off season with Javier Baez, taking his approach to
Must
batting.
have been just fucking. I don't even know what you could be doing. What did you do all spring training that you get into the regular opening day? You were one of those people that you should be smacking the fuck out the ball.
And then in the off season, I don't know if you heard this, but he was making a big deal. He's like, I'm not leaving third base. Well, nigga, you probably gonna obviously they want to keep him there because they paid him a contract, a decent one, so they gotta pretty much play him unless they want to have a situation like Chris Davis, which they pretty much buy him out and pay him increments over time. But no, like
Yeah, you can't bat 0 for 8 to start the season,
I
bro.
mean, it's still too early to kind of judge because we've seen players have slow starts. Paul Goldschmidt has always been notorious for having slow starts, and then he
Corbin
heats up
Carroll
as the
last
season
year,
goes. Corbin Carroll, that was I feel like that's more
sophomore slump.
yeah, sophomore slump.
That's valid.
Adley Rutschman he's been doing
Bro,
good. So
he was absolutely
hmm
clobbering that bitch on opening day,
and
bro.
then the Blue Jays will go out there and they go like, you know what, bro? This is our we at home. We gonna fuck y'all up. So
Yeah, they
they
bounced back
they bounce back. They won by a
a
decent.
decent amount. It
It's
wasn't
like,
as much as the Orioles one,
but it
but
was like 8-2 the last time I checked though. So
that's the thing about the Orioles. They'll go out there and they'll put up 12 runs on you against your ace, and then
I mean, Barrios, I don't know. I don't really Blue Jays ace or Blue Jays pitching is not 100% like something I'm gonna sit up there and be like, you know what? I trust them. They don't have a true ace. Kevin Gosman, if he can get back to his 2022 form, I can go like, all right, maybe
that's
I
when I
can.
started watching baseball. I was like, oh yeah, this is good, bro.
I thought you started watching at 23.
Maybe, but I saw Kevin Gosman before he got hurt.
Got hurt. When did he get hurt? I don't
Oh,
remember
he never
this.
got hurt.
I don't remember. I'm not saying he didn't. I just don't know. Remember when?
Maybe he did. Maybe I'm thinking about Shane McClanahan.
Shane McClanahan. He's another one. He's really good. He just got hurt
When is he
again.
coming back? He's
He
been
got
injured since I started watching baseball.
he got hurt again. So we're gonna have to see what happens with him. Thankfully, I think from what I read, it's not like another season ending. So like, but he's had another injury. So, bro, I don't even know. But it sucks though. I was looking forward to seeing him back because when he was on the game, like when he was playing, he was really dominant. He was one of the better lefty pitchers in the game. And then
I think
got
his
his
strikeout line was at 8.
yeah, he was a strikeout. Him and Tarek Skubal were like one of true strikeout artists, or I don't know if that's like the right word to say, but
I
like
mean, it's valid though.
yeah. So
Putting together a pitch mix in order to get
yeah,
hits.
so he's good. I want to see him back. He's one of the. I think he's relatively young, if I'm correct. Let me look this up. But
He's definitely one of my favorite pitchers in the league.
so it's like yeah, Shane McClanahan. He's damn. Just show me his age. Yeah, the dude's 28. So
Oh, he's
him
got
and
time.
him and Terra Scuba are the same age, pretty much. So
And Terry School just won a Cy Young.
yeah. So hopefully we get to see him back out there. A great. But right now we gotta go ahead and say, I kind of want to go ahead and ask you, who do you think like? I know we kind of got to see a glimpse of like the opening day, but who would you name as your like the best 5 starters, like starting pitchers?
That's 5 starting pitchers. It's hard because they've only had one outing.
But I'm saying like that's why I said like
based off of their opening day.
I'm not saying off based off of opening day. I'm just saying in general because we were gonna talk about this before, but
So you're just saying like my favorite five throughout the whole league,
Yeah, not favorite, but like I mean, I guess you could, but it's
right?
like
Like who
actual
I
like
think is the best.
yes,
Okay.
best five starting pitchers.
Number one, I'll say number one and number two are interchangeable simply because.
I mean, I don't think you have to make a defined list. You could just
Okay,
put.
Scooble,
Mm,
Snell,
hmm,
uh, throw my boy Skeens in there. I got Skeens in my two.
okay.
Not really, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know the Kevin Garnett,
Yeah,
but
got them. I can't throw out Spencer Strider because I know he's hurt, but it's like a healthy Spencer Strider is going to come in and he's going to fuck you up for about 6, 7 innings. He's
okay.
got it out. My last one. I gotta think hard because I've really been watching baseball for a couple of years.
There's no right or wrong answer. You could just say who you think is the best.
No, what was I say? Strider. I feel like it'd be disrespectful not to put Zach Wheeler in.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like that'd be mad disrespectful not to put him.
Mm.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you open it up to 10, like my 10 best, because
That's a little too.
there's a lot of good like
That's,
aces out there.
yeah, but I'll go ahead and say for mine, Tarek Skubal for sure. Paul Skeens. Got to throw in Chris Sale.
Oh, I forgot
Um,
about Chris Sale. Okay,
Chris
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sale. Who else is there? This might come off as a little biased, but I don't
You about to say
nothing.
Sonny Gray, bro?
No, he's an honorable mention. I'd say honorable mention. I don't know if he's the best. He's really good. If he can, he's really. I don't know because I had Paul Skeens, Chris Sale. Um, damn, who that's Terry Scoobel.
Terry School.
Um, damn, I'm really trying to think about this. This one's actually kind of hard. Um, I'm
There's
not.
so
I
many good
would.
ones.
It's because Zach Wheeler. I'll go ahead and just throw out Zach Wheeler. I would like to say Corbin Burns, but I don't know. He's kind of like he's not the as dominant. He's still good, but he's not as dominant as he was in like the 2023 season. So, or no, that was kind of a down year, sort of. But he's not as dominant his 2022 season. Um, I'd have to go. Damn, I really do feel like I could just go ahead and just say him. I wish I could. If Garrett Cole was healthy,
I was gonna say Garrett Cole. I
I
just
would
thought
say
about Garrett
Garrett
Cole too.
Cole, but he's not playing. I'm gonna try to keep it relevant. Shoot, honestly, Cole Reagans. I was
Okay,
Cole Reagans.
I like
That's a
that.
dark
That's
horse. People
valid.
don't
That's a
really.
dark horse. Yeah,
So yeah,
he might go out
Mhm.
there and give you 8 Ks, or he might go out there and give you.
I don't know about 8 runs, but
Nice.
he definitely go out there and deal.
Yeah, he'll
So
go out there and deal. I like those were good picks. Those were good picks.
now for MVP, we can go ahead and just talk about MVP. Who we got for? I feel like I'll go ahead and just say for American League, I feel like Aaron Judge is a front runner for sure. Um, Obviously you can't leave Aaron Judge out. Um, American League. Shoot, I feel like Vlad, low key, he's
It's
someone
just
that could
so
be there.
hard because the
Vlad,
season just
I'm
started.
just gonna put three out there.
Okay.
So Aaron Judge, Vlad, and then a third option. Damn, I'm trying to. This one's actually kind of. I'll say Bobby Witt.
That's so valid.
So I'll
That's
go
so
ahead and say
valid.
that. And then National League, Shohei, obviously,
Right.
he's got to be there. Um, I can't say Juan Soto. I can't see myself saying Juan Soto. Aaron, not fucking Aaron Judge, but Juan Soto. Not fuck. Why am I saying this shit?
Because you
So
want to say Juan
Shohei,
Soto.
no Shohei. I gotta go say Shohei. Um, MVP Shohei. Mm. National League is hard to do. That one's the hardest one.
It's kind of stacked.
Sort of. It's not. It's not the fact that it's stacked. It's just the fact that it's like unpredictable in a sense. Like I'll go ahead and just say Shohei. Obviously, you could just put Juan Soto, or actually, I'll go ahead and say Francisco Lindor. I feel like
Okay.
he had a stronger case to win last year than Shohei, but obviously his Shohei had a historic season of being like 50-50.
Also,
So
I think Francisco Lindor has.
he brings that defense element, which
Yeah,
show.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And without Shohei pitching, I feel like it kind of should just like it should have went to someone else.
Mm,
You know.
yeah,
Oh, you got all 3 years?
yeah. I was gonna leave it. Oh, actually, instead of saying Juan Soto, Bryce Harper.
Okay. Okay. So, wait, which one is the Yankees in the National League, right?
They're American League.
American. For American, I'm gonna go. Definitely gonna have Bobby Wood up there for sure.
Yeah,
That's like a no-brainer. Um, I feel like since Soto isn't around anymore, so you gotta go with Judge.
hmm
Name off some teams.
obviously I don't got to name the A's for or anybody in the NL West. I mean, or the AL West. That's.
Yeah, nah, you can keep that
I
shit.
mean, you could probably try to be like Corey Seager, but I don't really say. I can't see Corey Seager doing it. National League West. No, American League Central. I mean, I don't know if you already said Bobby Witt. Probably can go Indians maybe or Guardians, whatever you want to call them.
But what I was thinking about that because
J Ram.
I was thinking about J Ram, but even last year he didn't impress me.
I mean, he was impressive, but it's just like there's other players who were.
There was other players who just looked better on paper.
Yeah, and then
So
there's the AL East, and then you can go Blue Jays, look at Orioles,
glad.
Vlad. So you pretty much had the same three as I had for the.
Yeah.
What about your National League West or National League in general? You know, I could tell you right now, you got the Dodgers. Anybody from the Dodgers lineup? You got anybody? Yeah, obviously the AL, NL Central. I don't know. You might want to put. I don't know if
That's
you'd
the
want
one
to
with
put.
the Cardinals in it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to put like Ellie maybe.
I don't think my boy's ready for
Yeah,
MVP yet.
and then there's National League East. You can look at like the Phillies, the Braves. You can also look at the Padres. Honestly,
Give me Fernando Tatis
I was
Jr.
I was about to say the friend. I forgot about that. As
Give
soon
me
as I
Fernando
soon as I
Tatis
said the
Jr.
Padres, I'm like, you know what? I'll take Fernando Tatis as a. He's somebody that's a dark horse. You're not gonna see a lot of people who go like, oh yeah, show
Some people kind of hate on him.
yeah, they hate on him, but he's good. They just hate the fact that like
I think the steroids kind of fucked him up.
I don't know about
I like
that.
his image at least. You
They
think
use
everybody forgot about that?
I mean
I
it's
don't
not
give a shit.
it's not as prevalent as you would may think, but
I think they should juice the
some
ball
people nah.
up.
But I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Shoot, trying to think. Obviously, we already have our thoughts on who's going to win the World Series. Dodgers. We already said that earlier. Pay to win. But trying to think. I don't know. I don't know who comes out in the AL. The AL.
I feel
Yankees.
like the AL is a toss up. I don't think the Yankees
I feel like they do. They went out and got a bullpen. Finally got a bullpen. So it's like there's no excuse for them to not be able to perform. Who else is there?
make it. If those top four hitters don't all excel at the same time, I don't think they're gonna make it, dog.
I don't know.
I don't know, gang. But it's early. It's mad early. So it's like you can't.
Red
Ooh,
Sox.
excuse me.
Red Sox. I saw were like number 4,
Like fourth best odds.
or like
Overall.
power rankings on one of the things I saw. So it's like okay.
Are the Orioles in the same side as the Dodgers?
No, Orioles are in the same division
Give me the
as
Orioles.
hmm. Even though they lost pitching.
Give me the Orioles.
Okay.
That offense is so fucking sick.
I mean,
That offense, that offense is scary as fuck.
but you're gonna need pitching too, so you never know.
You're gonna need pitching for sure. But if your offense could keep up, okay. Now when I see it, Orioles, Orioles, Dosey Dos, Dodgers in five. If Orioles and the Dodgers,
Okay.
if if the Dodgers and the Orioles go to the World Series, Dodgers in five.
Orioles, placebos. I don't know. Dodgers in five. Yeah.
Dodgers in five.
So
Orioles, Benzos, Taquitos, Dodgers in
yes, but
five.
yeah, I don't really see anybody else winning.
Yeah, no,
But
it's kind of hard to even like. Maybe the Padres might give them a run.
no, Padres lost too many pieces, so it's like
It's
they
just
need
how
some
you
people. They need some people to step up. Xander Bogaerts needs to get back to that form to where he what got him that contract.
when you look at that pitching,
They
it's
have a
just
good
like,
rotation, but they lost that. They lost Tanner Scott, who was one of the best left-handed pitchers, relief pitchers in the league.
but even then, bro, even then, like,
Yeah, I understand they have Jeremiah Estrada, and you also have Roberto Suarez or Robert Suarez. So
so it's like, it's hard to sit there and look at that team and be like, like, yeah, we could like beat you guys any day.
mm,
Like, I bet you that if the Dodgers don't lose tonight, they win at least eight in a row,
mm,
barring no injuries and no mistakes. Well, you're gonna make mistakes, but no like tragic mistakes. I can see the Dodgers winning their first like week of games,
mm,
sweeping two series at the very minimum.
okay.
So
All right. You can go easily just move hop right on into football.
what's been
What's it called?
happening in football?
Deion Sanders just got his contract extension with Colorado,
Okay,
54 million
is
for
it
5 years.
okay? Dang.
So makes him one of the higher top 10 highest paid coaches
In college
in
football.
football. Yeah. So definitely deserved. All the people who said he was leaving, yeah, he was not. That was not the plans, bro. He was Colorado easily or definitely wanted to make sure that they kept him. They helped
I mean,
build
they've
that
been getting
program.
better since he
They've
got
gotten
there.
better, and they got the number one rated quarterback
Mm-hmm.
from the last year's recruiting thing. So it's like,
You think they make the playoffs in the next 2 years?
oh, 100%. They make the playoffs this year. I'm calling it, yeah, definitely making the playoffs this year, especially not as expanded to 12 years, not 12 years, 12 teams. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's no way. And they came close. But the one thing I will say, they got to get an O line, unlike when they had for Shador.
Man, is that man?
Yeah, you
He was
going
running like
them?
Cat
It was
Williams was from what's his name on Friday?
Terry Crews.
Yes, G. He was running for his life.
Yeah, there was a lot of times I see him getting pummeled in the backfield. It's like, damn, bro, it can't be happening.
He was
So
getting cracked. Boy, if he
yeah,
had went up against Ohio State, they would have killed
oh yeah, that's 100%.
him.
Yeah,
He went up against a school in the SEC or like
Big Ten
one of
schools.
the Big
Yeah,
Ten schools. They would
is
have slaughtered him.
I mean he did go up against schools in the SEC. If I remember, they played Oregon. And they cracked that offensive line. The
Yeah,
offensive line had
Oregon ran through him.
yeah, they had their way with them. Yes,
They went in at halftime and started splitting the rotisserie chicken.
yeah, that was terrible, bro. But shoot, a lot of the stuff with NFL stuff we got going on too. NFL draft is a week away, not a week away, a month away. Damn,
April 28th.
I've been slipping up with my words today, but we might see one of the biggest players in NFL history get drafted. Nigga, 400 like 64 pounds or some stuff.
Bears got to get him.
He's a defensive tackle, so
We could use that at running back.
no, bro. That man's
A
not.
new fridge.
I don't see him getting drafted. I feel like if anything, he's gonna be a what's it called? Uh, what's that term called? Undrafted free agent. That's what they're gonna say.
Oh
He's gonna be
yeah.
signed as an undrafted free agent.
Okay, I can see that.
And then what are some other names? I don't know. I've been seeing things about Will Campbell dropping down in people's draft stocks now, so he might fall down to. I don't know if it's because of his arm length, but just seeing him drop down, and it's like okay. Cam Ward, I haven't seen much and anything change. He's projected to go number one, but I've seen people talk about Abdul, whatever I can't remember his last name. Carter. Yeah, Abdul Carter is gonna be going number one. I don't know. There's people who've been kind of like worried because of like that foot injury he had.
Yeah, he got the surgery.
So we'll see about that. I don't know if you saw the one wide receiver from Miami U. I think it's Xavier Restrepo.
Yeah.
Dude ran a 4.83 40-yard dash. And it's like, bro, what the heck?
4.83 40?
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. His height, he's like 5'9". Five no, five he's like 5'10". And it's like, bro. I've seen people talk about, hey, it's time to make that switch, bro. You're not gonna see a 5'10" tight end, bro. You will never see that.
4.8 40.
That man better be if he can't I don't know I understand. There's a difference between game speed and just like real like actual the straight up speed, but at the same time, you still want to see that it's like it translates a lot more. I've seen people saying he better get ready to play for the Wuhan Ducks. So it's like
I don't even think you could go up against a linebacker running 4.8s like that. You can't even run
no
over the middle.
offensive linemen are running 4.8, so
right.
it's like,
dude, what are you about to do with the 4.8?
yeah, there's nothing you can really do. It's
Wes Welker's story.
hey, but Wes Welker was never that slow though. Yeah, he may not have been super fast, but he's not like that slow. Yeah, so the reason why he was one of Tom Brady's best like options for throwing to. So at times, but damn, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what to say about that. Shador, they're saying he could go to the Browns. I've seen some other things. I can't remember. Browns. There's no really point for him to go to the Giants because they already got their three quarterbacks now. So they're obviously going somewhere else. Uh, who else is there? I'm trying to think. A wide Tez Johnson, a 5'9" receiver. Pretty sure you know who he is. Wide receiver out of Oregon.
Okay.
He was
5'9".
Yeah, he kind of had like a slow wide 40-yard dash. I think it was like a 4.6, and people weren't too thrilled about it. But it's like, well, he can easily. Obviously, that's not. I'm not too worried about a 4.6. Yeah. To be honest, like that.
I'd be more worried about that 4.8.
4.8, yeah. So
yeah, that 4.8 looks bad.
Yeah, there's players who had slow like 40-yard dashes, like Keenan Allen, and they still can be decent. And obviously,
Keenan Allen is a route runner.
Yeah, but so could Tez Johnson with that being like a.
Yeah.
So, and people also say Tez Johnson's too small. Well, Devontae Smith is a clear representation. Like, well, he may not be that small. I mean, obviously he's small, but he can withstand this stuff. So
there's small wide receivers.
Yeah, so
you could manage being 5'9", 5'10". You can
yeah,
manage that.
there's plenty of receivers I've seen that were 5'9" in the NFL and able to produce somewhat decently.
And the thing is, when you a grown man like that,
it's not like you're just gonna be getting bitched around like all the time.
You're not about to just be getting tossed around.
Yeah, like
you a grown man.
You still gonna be holding your own out there. So
it's people like
I mean, I guess you could, if you're looking for a small in height player, Tariq Cohen, Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles is like 5'6". That man was a dog. So,
there's a wide receiver who still plays to this day. He's small, but his route running is so like clean that you get lost. I forgot who it is.
Oh, that's Devontae Adams, but Cooper Kupp.
Someone else, but yeah, like you said, there's a lot of smaller guys in the league. You can manage. It's not like you're playing basketball.
Yeah.
Jump ball is going to be up there, but when you got these NFL QBs, you could be looking at a fade. You could be looking at something that's out of the defender's reach.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, why not? 5'9" can run decent routes and get him some yards of separation. That's all you need. So
And then outside of the draft, we've seen teams make some improvements. And also teams kind of make some questionable moves. My Packers didn't get a wide receiver, true wide receiver one.
There's no
Is
reason
this
to
the
let Stephon Diggs go to the Patriots like
is
that.
it? But at the same, I mean, it's not a bad contract. I remember seeing people talk about how like the contract situation was terrible. It was, if I remember correct, wasn't it like 4 years, $69 million, or something? 3 years, $69 million, something like that. And it's like only 29 million is guaranteed. So it's like, honestly, that when you think about it, that's not really that bad. So there's an easy way for them to back out. Um, I still, this is gonna be the first time where they might actually go in and draft a wide receiver one in the
I can see y'all
draft.
trading,
In the draft, I don't know. I can't see that. I've
like
never
trading
seen.
up. I don't think you guys wait
I
till
don't
the
think the
31st
pack.
pick.
I don't think the Packers will trade up. I don't think they
You
will.
don't think they're willing to give up the first round pick next year or
No,
anything like that?
no, they won't. And then, but outside of them, the Steelers made one of the most questionable moves. You let Russell Wilson walk. You let Justin Fields walk. You don't have a quarterback. Now you have to go after who? Like, what's there to go after? You can try and draft, maybe trade up, maybe, or try to sign Aaron Rodgers.
Why do I see Shador landing there? Why do I
I
see?
don't
Why do
know.
I see them signing Aaron and drafting Shador?
Maybe, but I don't know
Because
about
people
I
act
don't
like
know
they don't
about
want to draft
I
him.
don't know about the Shador, but there's been reports that I've seen that said Aaron Rodgers has been like considering retirement now. So it's like
Hmm.
you don't know what's up with Aaron Rodgers. It's a toss up.
That's valid.
So this one is, I don't know what the Steelers do. Maybe they obviously got to look to the draft. This draft isn't. I wouldn't. This draft is kind of a lot more questionable than other.
It's a little bit lackluster than the past.
More there's more suspect quarterbacks at play. Um, I would definitely say, even with Cam Ward, it's a little bit. I'd say he's a little
Yeah, now
suspect.
Shaquan Stick.
He's suspect, and especially like if there's for players who are out there who struggle with like maybe QB accuracy, teams aren't going to be as willing to try to like work on that as a project, because you look at a current project that we got going on right now, Anthony Richardson with the Colts,
Yeah, he
and
doesn't look too good.
so it's like, and he's still under a rookie contract, but it's like how much longer?
It's kind of giving Justin Fields vibes.
Justin Fields was able to. Justin Fields was never really had a problem with accuracy. It was a coaching
It
situation.
was the coaching, but I'm saying like when I'm saying it gives Justin Fields vibes, it's like the team isn't going to sit there and say, okay, yeah, we're not going to go with Fields. Like they're not going to sit there and like
Yeah.
tell people like what they're going to do.
Mm,
But if you really think about how the Colts have been run, Richardson gets hurt, they go get a vet.
yeah.
Richardson gets cleared, the vet is still starting.
Mm.
Same thing. Richardson gets hurt. You go get Flacco. Richardson comes back.
But then they benched him though, that the Richardson thing. So that was
Yeah.
kind of like, that's, as I understand, it was a punishment for him being like out of shape. It seemed like, but at the same time, that's your project. I don't know if you really want to.
You
That
don't
could
bench your project.
that could also affect his confidence. Maybe you never know. So,
You need to get him out there on the field and
but
and don't get me wrong, he had some decent games, but
yeah, it was
when you're a
never,
pro, you gotta be consistent.
and he never had consistent lines where he's throwing at least like 63%. Like that's at least what I'd want to see out of a quarterback throwing.
I feel like that's like league like okay, yeah, like stick around.
Mm.
Like if you could throw that 63%, yeah, stick around. Because when you look at it that way, that's almost every 1 in 3 passes you throw. If you're a
You
quarterback who's
mean
taking
two? You
40,
mean 2 and 3?
every 2 and 3, yeah, I'm sorry. Every 2 and 3 passes you throw. If you're a quarterback who's attempting 40 pass attempts a game, you look really good for those teams that are like the Vikings. Um,
Teams who are like real pass heavy. So
they
yeah,
they got real pass heavy. So for the young guys to go in there, like Jaden Daniels, he had a good completion percentage. Now I saw graphs like, oh yeah, like a lot of his passes are in the flat and stuff like that.
but
That boy's let that ball fly.
he's still smart about with the being like, doesn't commit as many turnovers, and he
Yep.
still can throw down the field.
Yeah. So it's
So
like I don't know. he's definitely gonna be one of those guys, barring no injuries. He'll be around as long as we saw Aaron around, or like as long as we saw Peyton Manning around.
Mm.
I You'd have to sell your soul to get Brett Favre longevity, but
I mean, Tom Brady. Tom Brady has longer longevity than Brett
did
Favre.
he really?
I mean, Tom Brady was in the league for like 22 years.
Yeah, he had a LeBron career. That nigga played
Yeah.
2 careers. Dang.
So it's like, yeah, I could see that. Um,
Did they ever find out what was gonna happen with Travis Kelsey?
what do you mean? He's staying.
He's staying.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
playing another year. So I don't know why Chiefs aren't going to win
They're
anything.
not. I don't think that they. I don't think they even make it.
They're not going to make a deep playoff push.
No.
I'm calling it right now.
Like
Anybody that watches this and wants to make a bet, go ahead and message me.
no.
I'll
Literally,
drop my IG
I'll
and
take
down in the
that bet too.
description. We can come up with a bet. You gonna lose? I'll gladly take
I
your
don't even
money.
think they win a divisional. If
I
they
don't
go up against the Bills or
divisional.
the Bengals, bro, Bills or Bengals or Ravens this year
I
in
mean,
divisional, I don't think they beat them.
but when you say a divisional, they like let's say if they get the number one seed, yeah,
They're not getting the number one seed, dog.
or even if they play they're like the number two seed, they play the second lowest seed, and if that happens to be the sixth seed,
That's valid.
but still, I
I
don't
just
think they're
need the Bengals, Ravens, and Bills to all make it because that gives them 3 actual chances to lose in the playoffs.
and the Chargers got better.
That's true.
Chargers got better. The Broncos, obviously, they kept a lot of their defensive players, so then they had one of the better defenses in the league. So it's like, and I know I feel like Raiders, you ain't got to worry about the Raiders, bro. So there's not really much else I can say about that. Um, shoot, I don't even know what else there is to talk about for NFL. Obviously, there are all the different moves, I guess. DK going to
Yeah,
the
DK went to the
Steelers.
Steelers, but you can't have two menaces on one fucking team.
Bears finally restocked on their
We got
like
new
offensive
trenches.
new trenches.
We got new trenches.
Still gonna be garbage though.
I hope not.
Y'all,
Watch all 3 of them go down in week 1.
y'all no watch y'all get like raped by the Packers
Oh, week 1?
as usual.
Oh,
You guys are gonna get cracked by the Packers though.
nah, not possible. I guess
This is a position that y'all got used to for 6 years.
big dogs.
Like that's what the Bears got done to.
Who got it last?
Y'all didn't y'all all right, bro. I'm done with this. Second stringers, that's all I gotta say.
Who got it last?
What happened when we played with actual starters though?
Who got it last? You guys
Actual
barely
starters.
won.
That's your fault. Get a new kicker.
Y'all barely won with the starters.
Y'all kickers suck. We had an injured team and we still beat y'all. Y'all kickers
Y'all
sucks.
team be injured all year long.
That was just last year. And that's hey, I can't.
Y'all team be injured all year long. Then the year before,
Hey,
that,
get a
new
new
kicker. Then the year before that,
y'all need a new kicker all the time. Cody Parkey and now who Cairo Santos can't make a critical field goal against us.
Don't forget that San Francisco been fucking y'all for the last few years. You know it's true. San Francisco been grabbing y'all by the back of y'all neck.
Like, and I'll always say this: is if you look into it, our special teams has sucked most of the time when we played them. I don't care what anybody.
On the field for about 4 plays. 5
Yes,
plays.
and they screwed up big time when we played them, and we had the home field advantage in the playoffs, and we were playing them. Our special teams allowed them to block a punt, and they scored a touchdown off of it. So that changed the whole momentum of the game.
Y'all offense is Michael Jordan. Y'all defense is Scottie Pippen, but the rest of the teammates is coke addicts.
I guess so. So I don't know what else to say about that.
One of us will win the Super Bowl.
We will. You won't ever. You won't live to see a Bears Super Bowl.
Me,
you won't. You're gonna experience what the Cubs experience.
There
no
really,
Super.
There really are niggas who died without seeing the Cubs win a World Series. No.
You gonna have that happen with the Bears and the Sox.
If I die without seeing the Bears win the Super Bowl, I think I might just like.
You ain't gonna see it, bro. I'm sorry.
That's pain.
It's happy for me. I love that. Screw all Chicago teams.
Never saw the Bears win a Super Bowl. Like, yeah, he never got to see that. Yeah. That would suck.
I'd be so fucking happy, bro. If I died and never see the Bears win the Super Bowl. Told y'all root for a poverty franchise.
I'm gonna make sure that just in case you doubt the film, you have like at least he never saw the Bears win a Super Bowl. I'll make sure it gets put on your obituary.
Yeah, fuck the Bears.
I'm gonna put Bears. I'm gonna put Braxton Kenneth Bears hater chestnut.
You gonna put my whole government out there, bro?
My bad.
Ain't no my bad. What the fuck? All right, bro.
Bad, Joe. My bad.
But honestly, I feel like that's a good way to end off. I don't really see anything else until we get some more news. And if we've missed anything, we'll probably just cover it in the next episode. I know you was talking about hitting the casino. I don't know if you still trying to, but
oh yeah, we're going.
Oh my god, bro!
Do I need to?
This nigga got a gambling problem.
Do I need to pimp you out before we go? So you
All right, bro. See, you know, nah. All right, bro. Shut up, bro. Hey, y'all. This has been See, like, bro, this is not that type of podcast.
You shouldn't have gave me liquor.
But okay, hey, bro. It's.
He said he wanted to buy me a drink.
No, I did not say I want to buy you a drink. I'm not.
Take me home with him.
I'm not doing. No. You drove here. I ain't. To record a podcast.
But you offered me liquor.
No. Okay, bro. Whatever, bro. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. This has been the Keep It Pushing podcast. Like I mentioned earlier, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, and share to as many people as possible. We're trying to grow to 100 people right now, and then eventually hit other milestones as we keep going and progress. I'm Braxton. That's
Tony.
And we out.